Hello, I'm Sarah from theinnerslimmer.com, and today's masterclass video will hopefully enable you to answer a few questions. And the question I get asked most in my work with people is, why, if I want to be slim, do I go and eat XYZ? Why do I put myself on a really strict diet for half the year, every year, and the other half of the year I go and eat my own body weight in junk food? Okay, so there's that dichotomy there, and this masterclass video is coming to you to help you answer those questions. First of all, this isn't about dieting. There's a lot of diet bashing going on out there at the moment. Diets don't work. Diets do work. Diets are designed to enable people to let go of weight. They're all about the external. They're all about the outside. And diets very much do that. There are some diets that are better than others and healthier than others. But if you go on a diet and stick to it, you will change on the outside. You will let go of weight. The danger with diets is that they leave you at the end of a diet, yes, in a slimmer body, but still with an overweight person's mindset. Because what diets don't do, and what diets don't claim to do, a lot of them anyway, is change the person's mindset on the inside. And that's what my work with people is all about. It's about, yes, enabling people to lose weight on the outside, but also working on that mindset, working on the inside, so that any weight loss can be managed consistently at a weight people want to be. So, first of all, I'm going to ask you to pause this video if you haven't printed off the PDF handout that goes with this video. So if you've already printed it out, or you can see it on another device, that's absolutely fantastic. If not, please pause the video now and either go and print yourself a copy out, or download it and be able to at least see it on another device that you might have in front of you. Okay, welcome back if you've paused the video. So when people go on diets traditionally, when people want to lose some weight, if you have a think about any times in the past where you've decided to lose some weight, what do people typically do? What do they do to enable that change to happen? So when I've asked this question in the past, people have said to me things like, well, I've gone on a diet, I've cleaned out all my kitchen cupboards of unhealthy food, I've bought an exercise DVD, or I've joined a gym, or I've booked myself sessions with a personal trainer. Some people say they warn their friends and work colleagues not to tempt them with food and cakes and sweets and biscuits and things like that. So those are the kinds of things that people say they traditionally do when they want to lose weight. So what have all those things got in common, do you think? Well, going back to what I was saying a little earlier, they're all things that are outside of us. We're changing the outside stuff to enable us to lose the weight. Now, that's all very well and good to change our body shape, but like I said before, something needs to change on the inside to enable that change to really bed down and be permanent, if you like. And what a lot of people don't realise, and we really need to get a bit more savvy about this, is that as human beings, we're really complex. We don't usually just have one want or need. Excuse me. We're made up of a complex set of different wants and different needs. Okay, so this is where I'm going to ask you to have a look at the handout for the first time. So as you can see, it's a rowing boat with some rowers in. Excuse me. And there's a lady at the top who I believe is called a cox or a coxswain with a megaphone. And surrounding the boat are some scary looking sharks and some boulders and pebbles and things like that. So what I'm going to ask you is, what do you think that represents? What do you think that diagram represents in the context of this video? So when I'm facilitating groups doing this work, a lot of people say, well, that's obviously you at the top with the megaphone. They think that's me. And the people in the boat are all them, the people in my groups, if you like. But that's not actually the case. This diagram represents a person. So it could be you, it could be me, it could be any of my clients. But that diagram represents a person, one of us. And what it also represents is all the different parts of us as well, because we have different parts at work all the time at play. Okay, now in terms of letting go of weight and keeping it off, I'm going to run through who these different parts of us, these people, represent. So first of all, the lady at the top, I'm going to call her Wilma. And her full name is Wilma Power, because she is the person who is kind of steering the boat in general terms, but we'll come back to that in a minute, because she's not really. But she's the coxswain, so she's the one that's shouting out the directions. She's the one that's encouraging all the rest of the people in the boat to keep going and keep going in the same direction. Now, when we do a diet traditionally, we use her a lot. She's our willpower. That's why I've called her Wilma Power. So when we diet traditionally, we use willpower a lot. It's the part of us that will also set goals, and perhaps we'll do a nice vision board, you know, of what we're going to achieve by doing this diet. It's the bit of us that will tap into positive thinking, positive mental attitude. We might use positive affirmations to get us through the day. All done up here by Wilma. Now, I'm not slagging Wilma off, because she's needed and she has her purpose, she has her uses. We definitely need a bit of Wilma to help us through the journey. So this boat is going on a journey, by the way, from being overweight to weight management land, happy weight land, if you like. So on this journey, Wilma is the one at the helm who's rah-rahing everybody on. And traditionally, that's kind of all we use. We use willpower and determination and goals and vision boards to get us through, if you like. Now, that's all very well and good, and I'm not saying don't use Wilma at all. But what do you think happens if there's lots of different people in the boat who've all got different ideas of where they should be heading, of what they want? So if all the rest of the people in the boat are all rowing in different directions, or maybe not rowing at all, what do you think is going to happen to Wilma? Okay, she can only stay motivated herself enough to motivate everyone else for a short period of time. So she can shout out directions, she can gee us all on, she can tap into positive mental attitude and keep her goals forefront of mind, only for a short amount of time, really. There will come a time, if no one else is rowing in the same direction, if they're all going around in circles or not pulling their weight and not rowing at all, then, you know, she will pretty much give up. And then what do you think will happen to the boat? It kind of probably might go in circles, or it might even go back to where it started out from. Okay, does that make sense? So sometimes that's why our motivation is really, really strong at the beginning of a weight loss program or a diet, but it kind of tails off after a few weeks or months. And it's also a big reason why the weight isn't kept off, why we can't stay at our happy weight, because there's different parts of us that want different things. So who are the other people in the boat? So remember, this boat represents you. It's just one person, but it's the different parts of you. So the other people in the boat are people like your beliefs. So your beliefs are, they're actually the strongest rower in the boat. And if the person, or if the part of you that's controlling your beliefs isn't rowing in the same direction as where you want the boat to go, then there's no way that your boat will end up at the destination you want it to go. So if you want to end up at your happy weight forever, but there's a bit of you that doesn't believe you ever will, then you won't. Okay, so beliefs are a massive, massive part of it. They are the strongest rower in the boat. And Wilma can shout her little heart out, but if your beliefs aren't aligned with where you're going, then you ain't never going to get there. Or if you do get there, it will be very, very temporary. Okay, so who else is in